We sent 6 chefs to remote locations across the globe with a simple goal: connect, communicate and cook with local people who are benefiting from Australian agricultural research and collaborative projects. A shared passion for food and the fundamental importance that food security brings underpins these stories.
And so there we have it, our special occasion smoked beef with very spicy chilli sauce.
So this is it, Shiguinha de Cacana, Camambo. It's really good.
This is The Good Cooks. Daniel Churchill is one of the good cooks. This is a young Australian chef from the northern beaches of New South Wales on the move. Daniel currently works from New York, but where to next?
I'm off to Vietnam. But where's Kamau? Well, I'm in Vietnam, first time here. I'm super excited to try the food and of course the new culture. But what I'm really excited to learn about is the amazing projects and education that ACIAR is providing to local Vietnamese farmers and how it's impacting now and of course their future families. How good's this? Vietnam! Specifically Kamau, which is actually in the region of Mekong and the food bowl of Asia. And we all know I love food.
On the shores of the Gun Hao River, Kamau sits in southern Vietnam at the heart of the Mekong Delta.
So this is something that really typifies Southeast Asian, culture and landscape. We're going on a two-way road, which is actually probably built for one. And we've got riverbeds right by us. And as we enter now what's known as the Kwame, we're about to jump on a little ferry, a boat, or some sort of transportation device to get to a very, very unique place that tells a very special story.
The Australian Government's Australian Centre for Agricultural Research, ACIAR, has worked here in partnership with the Vietnamese government for 25 years. This is a long-term relationship.
The Mekong Delta is known for its seafood, specifically its crab, shrimp, and of course fish. And as we head upstream, we're going to be meeting a family and we're going to be cooking with those 3 ingredients and they're going to be showing me how they do so with their traditional means. And anyone who shows me how to cook anything, let alone traditional, they are always going to have a place in my heart.
Daniel will go to the source and see how science helps produce better ingredients, and in turn, how these foods become part of the region's rich culinary traditions.
After a bus and a boat ride, we find ourselves at the residence of Phawum and John, where this area is really known for growing its crab, shrimp, and of course its fish. I'm really interested to hear what they're doing with their sustainable agriculture and of course, what we're going to cook with today. Super excited, it's time to meet them.
Daniel will see firsthand how if you give a farmer food or money, it may be gone tomorrow. But if you give them knowledge, you will help them forever. Here, environmental changes are affecting their pond soil and water quality. And an Australian research partnership has empowered farmers to develop a better rice shrimp farming system.
Hồi nãy mình bằng cua, bây giờ tôi chỉ anh cách bắt cua nè. No. Đây. Xuống đi.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and then just...
Oh.
God. It's a bit different. Here we go. Now, if there's less than 2 crabs in here, I've done something wrong. Hey!
Yeah, dính cua rồi.
Like that.
Rồi, cặp xu.
Okay. Oh, geez, here we go. G'day, son. And then here, like that. That, I got to time up. So where do I go here?
Bây giờ mình thọt qua đây ha.
Okay, around here. Yeah, underneath the
Đây.
first one. Jeez, those claws are big. Look at you.
Wait.
Ah, right,
Hey, yeah.
underneath, like that. Hello, mate. There you go. Fresh crab from a fresh pond 5 meters from Foam's house.
Mới học mà làm được hay.
This is sustainable living,
Yeah,
isn't it? Should we do some prep?
Rồi bây giờ mình đem vô nhà.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Rồi.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Woo! Well, how about this? It's when a watering can becomes a makeshift crab vessel or transportation device. All right, Foam, ready to clean?
Dạ.
Show us how it's done, my friend.
Bùn dầu dơ á. Nè. Dạ, mấy cái này nè. Còn bây giờ mình sạc cho sạch mới dùng được.
Foam, do you mind if I do some cleaning?
Ok. Rồi.
Okay. He's not going to bite me. Just like any fresh produce, you're looking to clean as much dirt and any other extra things you don't want it and remove it as best as possible. It's pretty interesting when it comes to cleaning resources these days. It's using a toothbrush to get in and around. It's actually quite simple to use to get in and around all the different parts of the joints of the crab too. So, I mean, if I was using something much thicker, it'd be a lot harder. But using a toothbrush, who would have thought, become the most accessible resource to cleaning a crab. Foam? Good? Good?
Rồi, sạch rồi.
Happy? All right. Tell you what, one thing I'm learning is these guys can definitely squat forever because my squatting abilities are getting a serious workout here. Ah, so we're ready, we're prepped. All done. Time to cook. Foam's done an amazing job cleaning the crab. It's now time to cook the crab. Thanks, my man.
Dạ.
Australian chef Daniel Churchill has travelled from New York to the south of Vietnam, and he's about to integrate the crab he caught and cleaned into the first recipe, where he becomes the assistant to Tron, and food is the shared language.
So we were fortunate to have Foam source the amazing crab, and now we've got his lovely wife, John, to cook and create with us. So she's going to take us through a traditional dish using the crab and some amazing Vietnamese ingredients. So John, show us what you got, chef. Look at the size of your mallet. I mean, I'm just putting it out there just for a second to give you some, that's, I gotta work on my game, seriously, get on. This part of the pork has a lot of gelatinous style, properties to it. So see what I mean, guys? You've got this really cool, like full of fat kind of flavor. You've got the bone as well, which adds extra meatiness to the stock. It's really cool when you come to these kind of countries and they really showcase what they've been doing for years. It's cooking with absolutely everything, from nose to tail, with roots, everything. And you know, people talk about farm to table and nose to tail cooking. Some of these amazing countries have been doing it for years. Any soupy, stocky, slow cooking situation, you're gonna add your garlic, you're gonna remove it, you're gonna add your meat, and then you're gonna cover it with some form of liquid. In this case, coconut water that John herself pulled apart a coconut and removed the water, and it's an amazing thing to see someone working from, I guess, tree to pot.
Hết luôn.
Oh, sorry, I'll keep going.
Gió quá.
Is that enough? Any more?
Hết luôn.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Jeez. I've been a couple of years since I've been a line cook, and tell you what, she's putting me through my paces.
Đẩy lại cho nó sôi.
So cover it, you're gonna bring to a boil, and then you're gonna let it simmer for a bit. Cool. So what's next, chef? What are we doing next?
Bây giờ mình sẽ lấy cái cà.
Tomato time.
Nè,
Okay. When chef says line, you gotta keep it in the line.
cắt hết này luôn ha.
You do all of them? Okay, yes, chef. I got it. I love this thing. I'm gonna start using this guy. Oh, this thing's weaponry. When tomatoes are added to the heat, a lot of their actual existing moisture comes out, so it begins quite a saucy kind of process. It's what you see in bolognese, red sauces, those kind of things. They're actually quite syrupy or lengthened in terms of liquidity. You've got a big pot of amazing pork just kind of brewing away with some coconut water it's sitting in. And over here we've got some tomatoes in some fried garlic, and they're having some fun.
Mình đâm mạnh ra cái mình.
Okay, so we've got an amazing little sausage meatball situation potentially happening over here with some pork, some shrimp, and then some baby shrimp. Do you want me to get I'll get my gloves on too. How's this? We'll have some fun together. Do you want me to get in there and massage? Yeah, okay, yes, chef. I'm using my hands to create what I think is going to be some form of meatball that's going into this stew. Oh, look at this. Yum. Okay, so again, in the oil, we've got the patty's going to get a little bit of colour on each side. And what that does is it actually helps to allow the flavours to lock in, but also you get a deeper colour. So by getting that caramelisation on either side, it's an absolute win. So on this plate, we've got our patties, we've got our tofu, we've got a stock pot full of goodness in the background. We have our awesome ferry that's about to go past. This is actually like the shopping cart for Vietnam. They ride up and down the river, and what you see and you hear is people call out different ingredients, and they run out and see if they want some. Do we need anything else? No, we don't. We don't need anything else. Garlic back into the pan. Ah, it's time for these guys. Epic. So you got this amazing juicy goodness that came out of the top part of the shell of the crab. Wow. All right, you ready for this, guys? This is a big moment. Earlier, we caught the crab ourselves, we prepped it, we cleaned it, and now it's time to add it to this stock pot. Ooh, yeah. What do you call this amazing goodness? Yugua?
Yugua.
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 Oh. That just excites me. Just looking at it excites me. It's so good. You make this every Sunday? From the looks of it, it looks like we're finishing up now. Oh, you just got to, yeah, everything. So right now, it's just finishing off on the top. So when you finish any big soupy style dish in Vietnam or Southeast Asia, you've always got the toppings. And so over there, we've got all our things like the Vietnamese mint, the bean sprouts, the chili, the fresh lime. I think we're ready to go. You know I'm excited about this. Thank you. That's really good. You're amazing. I like it. Do you like it? Yeah? I mean, if you can say you didn't like it, you can just blame it on me because I've been your assistant the whole time. So, Yom, tell me about these ponds. Like, what do you actually grow in here?
Cao này ao của tao nuôi cá nuôi tôm, tao nuôi đó.
In the myriad of man-made canals and fingers of the Mekong, Hoa Mi village is best reached by boat.
Để đi đây xuồng mình đi bắt tôm nè. Xuồng
Okay.
xuống đó mình lại là mình lấy tôm á.
Oh, no way.
Xuống được không?
Do I get on?
Được không?
Okay.
Khoan là té.
You go first.
Bơi chưa?
Yep.
Còn đang bán nha chị em à.
Here we go. Okay, so just keep working.
Gì đây?
Yeah,
Vô.
like this. Hey, you got some shrimp. Look how big they are. They're healthy, aren't they? So it's through these amazing partnerships with ACIAR and the Australian government that help families like Yums increase their yield.
Fresh shrimps on board, Daniel is about to be given a masterclass by Mrs. Van on a well-loved Vietnamese classic, both at home and in Australia.
Hello, Young.
Chào con.
How you doing?
Cô
Thanks
đang
for
làm
having
món
us.
này nè.
Oh, you made them?
Gỏi cuốn.
How good.
Gỏi cuốn.
And we got here some
Trước
pork.
tiên là thịt. Con mặn không? Con làm cô dạy cho con nè.
Amazing. Awesome. So let's cook them, man. What are you doing?
Rồi thịt này là luộc rồi, con biết rồi ha.
Okay, we're gonna make the
Rồi
pork.
bây giờ con
So we turn this on?
luộc tôm.
Okay, I'll do this first. Remember, you're playing head chef, I'm just the sous. Oh, here we go. Okay, so you got the fry pan on. First thing you need to do is get some water into our
Cô nấu
little...
nước nóng sẵn cho
Oh,
nó
we're gonna
mau.
prawns first, are
Nó
we?
mau ha. Đâu, ít nước thôi. Ít nước cho nó ngọt con tôm. Tôm nó luộc nó ra nước.
Awesome.
Tôm
So
luộc
we've got to
nó
heat some
ra nước
water,
sẵn.
and I'm assuming that's just going to be the point where we can actually boil our shrimp.
Đây.
And what's great about shrimp is they change colour, and it kind of signifies how well they cooked. And right now you see like a deep blue, kind of darker colour, and they'll turn into an orangey red, and that's when the protein's cooked. Pinch of salt. I love the fact we're using chopsticks. So you can have a look, you can see they're starting to really change colour already. Get a nice deep red. That's what we're looking for. Get them off quickly. We don't want to overcook them. And when you're cooking things like prawns, they actually continue to cook off the heat. So here we are, just peeling prawns. And what Chef's doing is actually slicing them right down the spine in half. And I guess it's a really beautiful pattern actually you can see on the outside of the rice paper rolls. You see that nice red colour. And also make sure they're not too thick when you're actually, you know, rolling them. So it adds a really good layer effect too. What a team. I peel, you slice. I don't know who got the worst job. I'm definitely playing sous chef. Geez, this is a good cut of pork. It's a beautiful piece of pork, look at that. That's a good layering. You can see right there the fat to meat ratio. A lot of people, particularly in Vietnam, be happy about that. I would love to continue working with chopsticks even outside of my, you know, typical kitchen. This is amazing. I've got to change it from only using it for sushi. I should actually start cooking with it. Okay, so dip my hands. Okay, like this. So I'm dipping my hands in the water. You know, spread over top like this. Okay, give it a little massage. And that's what's going to activate a little bit more flexibility in the rice paper roll and allow me to fold, and then eventually it'll roll up. And she's slicing. Yes, you can use my knife.
Dao bén quá.
She's being cheeky.
Cái dao này sắc rất quá ngầu vậy.
Right, here we go. First layer's going on. We've got our cucumber, followed by some Vietnamese mint and rocket. Excellent. What do you have here? Oh, what's that?
Cái này để lú lú ngoài cho nó đẹp.
What are you? I'm going to taste some of that.
Lú lú này nè, lú lú để cho nó đẹp.
Yeah, what is that? Bean shoots, of course, for that refreshing, watery goodness. Okay. I can see, you know, ladies kind of huddled around a circular table, talking their thoughts, their weekly meetings, and rolling rice paper rolls. Some noodle, vermicelli style, which has probably been soaked in some cold water.
Rồi nè, cái này con bẻ cái đầu vô. Bẻ đầu cho nó gọn gọn, để nguyên cũng được, con bẻ cái đầu. Không, bẻ đây, bẻ đây.
Ah, so you roll up one side.
Cuốn lại, cuốn lại một cái đi.
And then over the top. Nice and tight. When do the prawns come in?
Rồi, cuốn chặt, cuốn chặt lại. Cuốn chặt lại.
Did I forget? Did I forget?
Đây.
Oh, come on,
để cái này lên trên cho nó thấy tôm, thấy nó đẹp ha. Nha, để tôm đây cho nó đẹp rồi, cuốn chặt lại luôn. Cuốn chặt lại.
Now continue to roll. Okay.
Rồi.
Like that.
Cuốn chặt lại.
Tight. Like that.
Cuốn chặt lại.
Hey, look at that. Look at that, how good's that? You've got some beautiful coloration from this half-cut shrimp. How good's that? From the front yard of Carmel's ponds themselves, here you have Young's and Dan's shrimp rice paper rolls. Don't forget that secret sauce. We just pulled up at this local side of the road market, and it's always exciting to do so because it tells a story of what is in the area, because this is all seasonal, all fresh and all local. I'm always keen to, you know, learn more about the area, and this is the best way to do so. Can we get some grapes, mate? Nothing like fresh food from a local market. Let's go check it out. Whenever you come to different regions, again, you have different herbs. This one bit of Vietnamese mint is notorious with obviously Vietnam. How good is it seeing so many varieties of different rice on display and available? Must be an amazing industry.
Clearly, the market has many seafood dishes unique to Vietnam. And after the break, Daniel is about to cook with an ingredient which is going to be difficult for any home cooks in Australia to source. This is The Good Cooks. In the most important rice-producing region of Vietnam, indeed the world, farmers are being confronted by significant environmental changes affecting the quality of water and pond soil. Daniel Churchill is learning firsthand how a partnership of Vietnamese and Australian researchers is testing a redesigned rice shrimp farming system, as well as new varieties of salt-tolerant rice to ensure these farms are sustainable into the future. As Dan joins Mr. Dung to source the key ingredient, his third recipe will not be for everyone. Rice paddy snake.
So you get the boat out,
Dạ.
you go out there.
Rồi cái ở trên cái con dưới mình nuôi cua, tôm ha.
Here we are, we've arrived at our snake net, the trap. Oh, there's one, look at that. There's a big one. You've done well.
Nè, chở cho mày coi ha.
It's crazy to think what good resources can do. Obviously, you got the rice fields themselves being, they're flourishing, but with those good nutrients brings organisms and life themselves. So here we have some snakes. Mr. Yum obviously also uses them to eat and prepare for his family.
Nè, muốn gỡ gắn rồi nè.
Oh, geez, here we go, here we go. Oh, he's got his, I can see he's got his tongue sticking out. Okay, so grab it by the head.
Mineral fertilizers are commonly used here. The presence of these snakes is an easy, inexpensive tool for farmers to see and know that they have the right balance of nutrients for a functioning, healthy ecosystem.
So when you have a healthy ecosystem, such as a really, really good rice field, you have plenty of nutritional goodness to have on a menu, such as snake and other wildlife. Right, Mr. Young? High five? Yeah, right, we're in the bucket.
Practical, and also the key ingredient for Daniel's final recipe.
Snakes in the bucket. I've never prepared snake before, but I'm excited to see the tricks and the tips from Mr. Yum. It's time to get cooking. Done well, mate. Oh, we got some boiling water here. And just cooking off. Oh, it's still got some nerves going on, despite having less than happy head. So this is clearly all about using sustainable living, not just from the rice perspective, but from the local, organisms that surround it. And obviously, having that kind of growing habitat that's thriving, it attracts life. And so, just like that, we have snakes. And his family, oh, look at that, stiff as a rock. And so here you have his family using every form possible to look after himself, use what's around them, and enjoy a lovely family meal.
Gắn cái đầu ấy, cạo.
Okay, so you remove the skin, excess skin. Snake meat's actually quite lean, and so it's actually a very good form of protein to eat. Miss Tiao has been enjoying this for so many years. Look at him go. Can I have a go, mate? All right. Just like that. I've scaled some fish in my time.
Cạo ra sạch.
How's that? Just look at that. Just like scaling a fish. One of the first things you learn to do in the Vietnamese kitchen, how to remove the intestines of a snake. Sorry. Once you penetrate that first lining, it's pretty easy going. This one's obviously had some food quite recently. There's actually quite a lot of flesh in here too, so it's going to be quite a good eat.
Chặt ra.
So portion control,
Yeah.
okay. Look at this. So you can feel like the bone structure still in there, or what is holding it together, but it's obviously been turned to mash. It's very similar to the same process you would with chopping up an eye fillet for steak tartare. Oh, good! All right, he's gonna leave me hanging too. I'm gonna grab your hand and you're gonna high-five me.
Snake caught and prepped by Mr. Dung, Dan joins Mrs. Tao for his third recipe, snake stir-fry.
So we've got snake, I know we've got that, but what else are we cooking today?
Rồi, bữa nay là mình làm món gắn xào lăng.
Okay, so what's the first thing we need to do? We turn
Rồi,
these
trước
on?
tiên bắt loại lên. Đổ
So
bả
we've
vô.
got some really cool ingredients here today. Plenty of colour, very traditional Southeast Asian.
Đổ bả vô.
She's got some oil now in the pan. Oh,
Bỏ
garlic
vô.
goes straight in.
Tỏi sấy bỏ vô.
Yum.
À,
And I'm pretty sure she referenced before that garlic goes really well with the snake. We've got the whole pieces of the snake going in right now. So these have been portioned out.
rồi, đậu gắn
So as you saw earlier, we cleaned them with Miss Tiao. And then we've also got the minced up pieces as well. So you're going to have a combination of texture and then little mince. So the lemongrass has got a little bit of chili in there as well. Lovely. And what you really have is when you have things like lemongrass, ginger, garlic, as soon as they hit the pan, the beautiful aromas are coming through. Yeah? So I'm just reminding you, I have no idea what she's actually speaking. I don't speak any Vietnamese. She doesn't speak any English, but here we are in her rice field and we're communicating through food. This is exactly why food is so beautiful. Bit of salt. She's doing a fantastic job as well. Great teacher. So in there we have all our seasonings. We have our lemongrass. We've got some garlic, some salt, the hapneem, as well, some sugar.
Mình đổ tí nước mắm
What
vô.
do we have here?
Tí nước mắm cho nó thơm.
Is that like rice wine vinegar? What is that? Oh, it is. It's like a little peachy plum. What is that? Fish sauce. That was close.
Mình xào cho nó mềm.
So we've got in there right now, we've got our garlic in that oil that started out, and then to there she's added in the snake. From there she's allowed other things such as the hapneem, which is that MSG flavour, the lemongrass as well, and of course salt, bit of sugar, and our beautiful form of turmeric as well. So we're going to the peanuts. Are we making a sauce? We're making a sauce. How good. It's like a satay sauce. Give a little stir. So here we have what's looking like a satay paste. Got some peanuts and tamarind, really traditional. Got some coconut milk. This is actually very similar to what I would do back home. Bit of chili in there, bit of spice. Oh, look at this all coming together. Ooh. She's smiling. Oh, she's excited. Look how happy she is. That garlic is so good. I'm happy with that. You happy with that? You gonna try a bit? You gonna try a bit now? No, I'll get you a little bit. What do you think? It's good? Yummy. So I'm now preparing the chilies in a really beautiful flour format. She's sauteing a beautiful red onion. Isn't this great? I'm learning. I'm going to take some of this stuff back to my kitchen. Oh, plate ready? Okay. Take this out into there. Yes, chef. You got it. Like that? Yeah? Okay. You got it, chef. So little soft little red onions. Okay, so we've got that little layer on. Next is get our greens. This is gorgeous.
Dạ, trang trí cho nó đẹp.
I'm kind of like a tear guy. Keep them together. How's that? And finish with these reds.
Rồi mình gắn ớt
There's
vô
one.
làm bông.
A little flour in here, a little chili flour.
Rồi.
How's that?
Rồi.
And there you have it, a beautiful local Vietnamese dish cooked with snake in the rice fields themselves. What do you call this?
Món gắn xào lăng.
Mongan Salan. There you go. And of course, we're going to serve that up with some of the gorgeous rice from the rice fields themselves.
Growing from the difficulties of the Vietnam War to our own Vietnamese immigrants who have added so much to modern multicultural Australia, Daniel has seen for himself the challenges and benefits of research collaboration between these two countries. Science, research, and the connectivity they generate are powerful and peaceful forces, where outcomes take time to manifest, but ultimately underpin very human results. Thanks to Daniel for taking time out from his hectic career, and to the good cooks of Kamau for sharing their recipes and insights into their unique culture. This is The Good Cooks.